live online lecture. Myself, Bhavya Keni from Kumbharam Municipal Secondary English School. Today, students, we are going to revise chapter number 6 for history, that is empowerment of women and other weaker sections. Now, what does this term empowerment means? Empowerment means granting of the power, right, or authority, okay, to perform various acts or duties. So this granting of power in relation to women and other weaker sections like the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, or the backward classes, we are going to study in this particular chapter. Now to start with, now women had participated extensively. Extensively means women had participated in a very large number in the freedom struggle. Women have also made contributions in all the fields in the post-independence period. Means women's contribution has been there after independence in all the field. It may be related to education, it may be related to science, technology, politics. Everywhere the contribution of women can be seen. Even the women had participated in large in the freedom struggle, like we have many women freedom fighters, which includes Rani Lakshmibai, Kasturba Gandhi, Kalpana Datta, Sarojini Naidu. Now that is what students we are going to study in this chapter, as also the laws which are enacted, means the laws which are passed for women and other weaker sections of the society. Now what does this term women empowerment exactly mean? It is all about authority. Okay, it's all about authority, means you can say it's all about the right or the power embark. Embark means the power initiated on women sharing indistinguishable. Indistinguishable means similar rights. The term refers to the liberation. Liberation means freedom of women from socio-economic. Socio-economics means socio-economics means the related to income, education, employment, community, safety, social support. Restraints means preventing of reliance. Reliance means dependence. This term women empowerment, you can say it is freedom of women from preventing them from any kind of dependency related to income or education, employment, community, safety, or social support. Now, women comprises around 50% of our country's population, and there are bulk of them, they are economically, means financially, you can say they are dependent on each other without employment. In the age of feminism, feminism means the belief that women should have the same right and as equal to men. A small portion of women in India are freed and can employ their free will, and are permitted to cause out their lives the way they want. So, and today also, 21st century, when we say feminism, very less portion of women in India are freed that so that they can have their own freedom or free will and are permitted to stay and live as they want. But there is a considerable division in the women of the women in the nation who require optimistic, means very you can say positive or hopeful support. Even in most Indian villages and semi-urban cities, women are still denied their basic education, their fundamental education, and they are never authorized, they are never given any right to continue their higher education, even though even despite of amassing the collecting the understanding required education of the importance of education of women. Still there are many women, the girls who are not allowed to get higher education. Now when it comes to women, women are known for delivering their multiple roles effortlessly per day, and they are considered to be the backbone of society. They are the most important backbone part of society, you can say. Living in a male dominated societies, wherein mainly the society where is controlled by man, Women play a wide range of roles such as caring mothers, loving daughters, and capable colleagues. The best part is that they fit in all the role or all the bill perfectly in every role. Nonetheless, they have also stood as a neglected bunch of the society and different parts of the world. In turn, it has resulted in women surviving. The brunt means the worst part of unevenness means they have not been treated equally. Financial trustworthiness means advisors. Operation, that is cruel treatment, is done to them and are distinct and are easily same with social evils. Like you can see me, it means that many women are living a painful or suffering life. Now, when we study the condition of women in India, in our country, so students, we realize that the roots, the roots, the cause, you can say, of of several of the problems women face, it lies in the mentality of men, means in the thinking of men. Even in the 21st century, we have not been able to get rid ourselves of this male-centered mentality. Okay, even though today we are in the 21st century, we are not able to get rid of this society, or you can say mentality, which is mainly dominated by men. So Vinoba Bhave. So we have here a name of a great leader, Vinoba Bhave. Now he made a use of women power in Bhudan movement. Okay, now this Bhudan movement, it was started by Vinoba Bhave in 1951 in Andhra Pradesh, and it was basically gifting of land by big landlords to landless farmers. And in this movement, it aimed at reducing the unequal distribution of land among the farmers. And the villages were also gifted called the Gramdan by the big Tamindas. Now, what did Vinoba Bhave do? He made use of women power in this movement. Means he made lot of women to take part. He motivated lot of women to take part in this movement, and he started placing his faith in Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of non-violence. Women volunteers, they carried out the message of Bhutan to all the parts of India while they participated in this movement. Now, women also played a significant role, you can say very important role, in the Telangana peasants' armed struggle. Okay, now this Telangana movement, it was a armed revolt of peasants under the leadership of Communist Party of India against oppressive landlordism by the autocratic rule of the Nizam of Hyderabad. And the suffering of these peasants intensified as they were subjected to increasing number of exploitative taxes and levies forced to, forced to them, and they were forced to perform the forced labor. So against this, the women started a protest or a movement, that is Telangana Peasants' Armed Struggle, and they challenged the rule of Nizams. Means the Nizams means the rulers of Hyderabad uh, from 18th to 20th century, and the feudal system as well. Feudal system wherein a type of social and political system wherein landlords used to provide land to tenants in exchange for their loyalty and service. As their region as the region of Telangana became free from this bonded labor, where people were made to work like slaves against the loan, or they were uh, inherited debt from a relative, and bonded labor. As this region became free from this bonded labor, women also got freedom from this suffering. So the next is we have is manifestation of women power. Manifestation of women power is how women power was shown. Now women had to face a lot of brunt. Okay, means women had to face a lot of burden, you can say, of scarcity. Scarcity means insufficiency of supplies and rising prices, and gave us show of their strength as organized entity in 1972. Now, women had to face a lot of burden of insufficient supply and rising prices. So, what they did, all the women together, they organized one institution in 1972. And under the leadership of socialist leader, Mirinal Gore, you can see the picture also here on the left hand corner. So, she was the socialist leader who women in Mumbai and women they participated in a large number in the demonstration in a demonstration where an act of showing something, and that movement they came to be known as known as Latne Morcha. What they, you can see in the picture, they bought that all women came together and they bought that rolling pin, that is Latne, which we use for making chapati, and they protested against this high rising prices of commodity, high price rise, as well as scarcity of commodities. Commodities like oil, ghee, rava, maida would become scarce. Means as the Diwali was approaching, this many things are to be made for Diwali. Um, so all this commodities like oil, ghee are required. So it used to become insufficient. It was used not to be made available. And even the kerosene, which was made used for cooking, had become very costly, expensive. So what did women do? They came together and brandishing means holding that their rolling pins, that latni in their hand, and they took part in the demonstration. And this movement met with success, and the public they got the glimpse, they got to see how women, when they come united, and how powerful they can be. So it showed the united power of women. Then the next we have is the Chipko movement. Now, another show of constructive women power, means you can say very useful women power, was seen during the Chipko movement, which happened in 1973. Now, what used to happen? The trees from the forest in the foothills of Himalayas were to be cut down for commercial purposes. So, the trees from the forest in the Himalayas, they used to be cut down basically for business purposes. So they were leaders like Chandi Prasad Bhatt, Sundarlal Bahuguna. Okay, so they started a movement to stop this cutting of trees, and this women they followed the strategy. Means they planned like they to hold hands and to encircle the each tree so that the trees cannot be cut. So as their method consisted of protecting the tree by embracing it, like holding it, the movement came to be known as Chipko movement. So that's the reason this movement, because the women used to hold their hand and encircle around the tree. So that's the reason this movement came to be known as Chipko movement. Now women took part in it in a large number. Women had a big role in the agricultural economy of this region, means wherein a scientific study of method, practices, conditions, and policies which affects agriculture. So women had a major role to play because they stopped they helped in stop cutting of trees. Then the women leaders, whose name were Gaura Devi and like activists, wherein they campaigned to bring about a change, political or social change. She created awareness among women. Okay, she motivated and created awareness among women to save the trees, and she, with the help of other women leaders like Sudesha Devi and Bachani Devi. Next is anti-liquor movement. Okay, anti-liquor movement means movement against the selling of alcohol. So in 1992, in Andhra Pradesh, a movement was started against the drinking of alcohol. Received a good response in other states too. So in Andhra Pradesh, a movement started against the drinking of alcohol, and this movement got very good response from other states of India also. So whenever the head of the household dies, and untimely means at unsuitable time due to addiction to alcohol, the family used to face a lot of problems which affects women the most. Now, due to alcoholism, they had to deal with extreme sorrow and poverty. Okay, due to alcoholism, if the any of the head of the family used to get addicted to alcohol, the women of the family had to deal with lot of pain and suffering and lot of poverty. So this movement, the anti-liquor movement, it got a support of anti-arak. Arak means the shop which used to locally produce alcohol. So this anti-liquor movement, they got support from this anti-Arak movement in Andhra Pradesh. As a result of government policy, Arak, which was a locally produced alcohol, now what the dealers used to do, they used to set up shop in every town and village. And the poor laboring people, they got addicted, they got habituated to alcohol. So, and at the same time, a literacy program means a program wherein arranged for development of reading and writing skill in children and adults. So the literacy program was being run in villages of the state. And in that program, the Sita Ma Katha, where Sita's story was narrated as a part of this program. So it was a story about Sita, like who used to create awareness, okay, about the bad effects or ill effects of alcohol among the people, and gets alcohol to be banned from the village. Then in 1992, three youths means three youngsters, they got from Debuganta village in of Lerul district in Andhra Pradesh, they got drowned. Okay, they got drowned in a lake in a state of inebriation. Inebriation means in a state of drunkenness. They got drowned in a lake and they died. So when this incident happened, what did women do? All the women of the villages, they came together, okay, and they forced the closure of Arak shops. They forced that all the Arak shops which produce and sell alcohol should be closed. And the report of this news of women protesting came in local newspaper and had its effect on the entire village or many other village. And the movement spread to the entire state, not only villages, to the entire state and of Andhra Pradesh. And the government, they had to adopt a strict policy against the sale of alcohol. So here also women power was shown in large number. Then comes International Women's Year. Now the United Nations means it's an intergovernmental organization which aims to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, achieve cooperation, and be a center of harmonizing the actions of a nation. So the United Nations, this international organization, they declared 1975 as the International Women's Year. Now, the three aspects, the three part of this program were peace, bringing about peace, development, and equality between men and women. So, in 1975, the government of India constituted, means they formed the committee, means a group or you can say commission on the status of women, and they appointed Dr. Fulrenu Guha as its chairman. So Dr. Fulrenu Guha was the chairman of this committee, which was basically formed to check the status of women in the country. So what was done? A comprehensive, or you can say a complete survey, which included everything, was done on, or you can say conducted on of several issues as the social position of women, in what is the position of women or status of women in society, the consequence of constitutional provisions made for women, means what are the laws which is written in the constitution. So according to that law, what are the effect of that law, means law related to equal rights as men, taking part in administration of a country, no discrimination against women on race, religion, caste, place of birth, etc. Equality of opportunity. So, what are the effects of this laws? And also education of women and its percentage means how many women are educated and how many are uneducated. How is their progress due to education? If the women is educated, how is their progress? Difficulties faced by the working women. What are the difficulties the working women face? The position of women with respect to their livelihood means the way to earn money. Their wages means their salary, their payment in relative means in comparison to men's salary, whether it is equal or less. The female male ratio means the ratio of female to male. Birth and mortality rate means birth rate of women and death rate of women and the role of women. So complete survey was done or conducted on the several issues of women. So taking into consideration this entire background, there was a statewide conference, statewide official meeting for women, which was held in 1975. And it was organized by Stri Mukti Sangharsh Samiti. Okay, so this Stri Mukti Sangharsh Samiti is basically NGO working for empowerment of women, create awareness in society about women's issues, improving the life of women through education, healthcare, and gender equality. Now, women from all walks of life or region they participated in it, and the Samiti published its manifesto, means the policy, in 1978. Now, this policy of struggle against discrimination of women on basis of gender, caste, and Varna. Our Varna is a Hindu caste which includes Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So was adopted. So the policy was adopted against, or you can say, statement against the discrimination done to women. So this gave rise to a collection of songs called Stri Mukti. Okay, so once this policy was adopted, gave rise to many activities related to women. Okay, for the upliftment of women, that Stri Muktichi Lalkari is a collection of songs. Then a street play was performed called Mulgi Zali Ho, wherein a girl child is born to show the power of women. It's in Marathi. It was by Jyoti Mapsekar. Then a periodical called Prerik Larkari, okay, in Marathi. So all this street play, songs, periodicals, okay. So it became a mouthpiece. Mouthpiece means voice, okay, and other such programs. In 1977, groups like Stri Mukti Andolan Samiti, this Stri Mukti Andolan Samiti, this Samiti also worked to bring about to bring together various organized together who were working in the field of women's empowerment. It was established by Saudamini Rao in Pune. Bayaja, a fortnightly Bayaja wherein magazine, wherein editor was Saudamini Rao herself, as also Stree Uvach. Stree Uvach is a feminist organization. Maitreen and Stree Anyay Virodhi Manch in Aurangabad. Okay. So uh, all these things like magazine, okay, and Uvach feminist organization, Stree Uvach, Maitreen, and Stree Anyay Virodhi Manch was started in Aurangabad. Then Mahila Dakshita Samiti in Kolhapur, again a feminist organization which protested against violence, any kind of violence against women and to improve women's condition. It was started in Kolhapur. Then Mahila Hakka in Nasik, again is an NGO for the overall development of women, child and youth group was started. The Nari Prabodhan Manch in Latur were formed. So, and then anti-dowry protection committee means given the committee working against the give and take of dowry was formed all over Maharashtra. A conference again was a conference was arranged to protest against oppression means ill treatment of women. It was organized in Dhule city. Then Vidya Bal's periodical, Vidya Bal's periodical when in a magazine. Okay, it was started, and Nari Samta Manch and Milun Sarvajani. Now, Vidya Bal was a Marathi writer, editor from Maharashtra. Nari Samta Manch and Milun Sarvajani, like giving decision making power to women, poster making, workshops on conducting workshop related to issues of women. Then Milun Sarvajani as also the work of Samajwadi Mahila Sabha, which works on issues of women like rape, dowry, death, deserted women, and the Krantikari Mahila Sangathan, okay, which fights against the secondary status of women in all spheres to establish equality. So they were of great help. All this Sangathan were very of great help in dealing with a lot of um, dealing with many of the women's issues. Even the employment guarantee scheme means guaranteed employment, wherein women were employed of every rural household for 100 days, was started in Maharashtra so as to help empower women. Then Pramila Dandwate, she established the Mahila Dakshata Samiti. Now this Mahila Dakshata Samiti, it was found in Delhi by a members of women support group who fought against dowry, death, female foeticide, domestic violence, abuse, or any other kind of violence, rape, uh, and any other form of violence. So this was found in Delhi in 1976. Now, these branches of the Samiti, when it was started in 1976, it was only in Delhi, but then the Samiti, they started more branches in other states also, like Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Punjab. Now, the Communist Party, which is a political party, they established the Akhil Bharatiya Janayadi Mahila Sangathan organization in 1980. It's basically women's organization dedicated in advancement of democracy, equality, and women's emancipation in India. Poor, poor rural and urban women make up two-thirds of the organization's strength. So efforts were made to start branches of all of this organization in all parts of India. They started a struggle against issues of women like dowry, female foeticide. Now, students, female foeticide, it basically means a process of finding out the sex of the fetus and undergoing abortion if it's a girl. Domestic abuse, any kind of physical, emotional, or sexual violence against women. Then even the research on women, research on women's issues were also undertaken at various levels. So it was basically a detailed study wherein research was done on detailed study of education uh, and any kind of child marriage happening, domestic violence, dowry, acid throwing, etc. So it was this research was undertaken at the first women's university, which was the Srimati Nathibai Damodar Thaparte SNDT University, which was founded by Maharshi Donde Keshav Karve in 1916 for cause of women's education, and at Tata Institute of Social Science. Also, the research was conducted related to various or several issues of women. Now, this Tata Institute is a popular college for education in social science, Master of Arts in HR, development studies, media, cultural studies, etc. Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Then it was also a center of research, and it has a largest department, this university, and it's a center of offering courses in science, social science, management, law, and Shivaji University, Kolhapur. There as well, the research was conducted on issues of women, and this university again is a premier institute of higher education and research in India. Now, these centers, they played an important role in critical analysis. Critical analysis means to express an opinion and in developing a vision, that is idea or image on women's issues. So students, we have covered a half part of the lesson. Let's evaluate the questions related to this part. So here we have the first question. Choose the correct option and rewrite the complete answer. Now, the first question here is in 1992, a movement against drinking alcohol was started in Dash. So you have four options here, that is Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Uttarakhand. So the correct answer is Andhra Pradesh. So you have to write the full sentence or the full statement and then write the correct answer Andhra Pradesh, and I even underline the answer. Then second is in 1975, the government of India formed the committee on the status of women under the chairmanship of, options are Dr. Fulrenu Guha, Uma Bharti, Vasundhara Raje, Pramila Dandavate. Correct answer is Dr. Fulrenu Guha. So again here you will write the full sentence, then write the answer Dr. Fulrenu Guha and underline the answer as well. Then the third one is under the leadership of socialist leader Dash, women in Mumbai, they participated in demonstration which came to be known as Lakme Morcha. So options are Gaura Devi, Dr. Fulreno Goha, Meena Menon or Mrinal Gore. Correct answer is Mrinal Gore. Fourth one, Vinoba Bhave made use of women power in Dash. Options are Bhudan movement, Chipko movement, Lakme Morcha, Anti-Lika movement. Correct answer is Bhudan movement. Then women activists, they associated with the Chipko movement. Options are Sucheta Kriplani, Nandini Satpati and Jai Lalita. Next is Dr. Fulreno Goa, Uma Bharti and Vasundhara Raje. Next is Gaura Devi, Sudesha Devi, Bachani Devi. Then D option is Dr. Fulreno Guha, Meena Menon and Brinal Gore. The correct answer is option C, Gaura Devi, Sudesha Devi and Bachani Devi. The next is the Chipko movement was started by. Options are Chandi Prasad Bhatt and Sundarlal Bahuguna, Sudesha Devi and Bachani Devi, Vinoba Bhave and Mahatma Gandhi, Meena Menon and Mrinal Gore. Correct answer is option A, Chandi Prasad Bhatt and Sundarlal Bahuguna. Then seventh one, the United Nations had declared Dash as the International Women's Year. Options are 1992, 2000, 1975 and 1988. The correct answer is 1975. Next is a collection of songs called Sri Muktichi Lalkari, a street play called Mulgi Sali Ho, are written by Dash. Options are Vidya Bal, Pramila Dandwate, Sujata Anandan, Jyoti Mapsekar. Correct answer is Jyoti Mapsekar, option B. Then a statewide conference for women was held in 1975, organized by the Dash. Options are Samajwadi Mahila Sabha, Stree Mukti Sangharsha Samiti, Nari Prabodhan Manch, Stree Anyay Virodhi Manch. So the correct answer is Stree Mukti Sangharsha Samiti, option B. Then census is conducted in India every dash, whether it is 5 years, 10 years, 15 years or 20 years. Correct answer is option B, that is 10 years. The next question is identify and write the wrong pair and write the corrected one. You will identify the wrong pair here, students, and you will write the correct one. So the first question is Saudamani Rao, Stree Mukti Andolan Samiti, Vidya Bal, Nari Samata Manch, Pramila Dandavati, Mahila Dakshita Samiti, Jyoti Mapsekar, Committee on Status of Women. So the wrong pair is Jyoti Mapsekar, Committee on Status of Women, and the correct answer is Dr. Fulreno Goha was a committee on the status of women. Second one is Vinoba Bhave Bhudan movement, Chandi Prasad Bhatt and Sundarlal Bahuguna Chipko movement, Dr. Fulreno Guha, Latne Morcha, Shaha Mano Begum, Right to Alimony. So the incorrect pair is Dr. Fulreno Guha, Latne Morcha. The correct one is Mrenal Gore initiated Latne Morcha. And here we have next is complete the following chart, wherein women, the left hand side is women and the right hand side is the contribution of them. The first one is Dr. Fulrenu Guha. She was the chairman committee on status of women. Then contribution of Saudamini Rao for its was Sri Mukti Andolan Samiti. Vidya Bal, it was Nari Samata Manch. Then Mahila from Pramila Dandwate, it is Mahila Dakshata Samiti. Next is the to explain the statements with reason. Okay, so the first one here is the evolution of women's liberation movement. So here you have to answer in the points. The first point here is the United Nations declared 1975 as the International Women's Year. So in 1975, the Government of India constituted the Committee on the Status of Women and appointed Dr. Fulreno Guha as its chairman. Then a comprehensive study was conducted on the several issues such as social position of women, their status, the consequence of the constitutional provisions made for women, as also education of women, the percentage of their educated and educated, their progress due to education, difficulties faced by the working women, the position of women with respect to their work, livelihood, their wages, the female-male ratio, birth and mortality rate, and the role of women. Now, taking into consideration this entire background, there was a statewide conference which was held in 1975, which was organized by Sri Mukti Sangharsha Samiti. Now, women from all walks of life or region, they participated in it. And this Samiti published its manifesto in 1978. The policy of a struggle against discrimination on the basis of gender, caste, and varna was adopted. So in 1977, groups like Sri Mukti Andolan Samiti, established by Saudamini Rao in Pune by Baija fortnightly, as also Sri Uvach Maitrin, Sri Anyay Virudhi Manch in Aurangabad, Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Kolhapur, Mahila Hakka in Nasik, and Nari Prabodhan Manch in Latur. Anti-dowry protection committee were formed at all over Maharashtra. A conference to protest against oppression of women was organized in Dhule city. Then 8th March was declared as International Women's Day. You need to mention the reason why it was declared as International Women's Day. So there was a demonstration which was held in New York on 8th March 1857. It was the first demonstration by working women and its demands were of few working hours, proper remuneration, provision of crutches, etc. On 8th March 1909, women went on a strike for the very same demand. And this is why this day is declared as Women's Struggle Day as at the Women's Socialist International Conference at Denmark. So the year 1975 is observed as International Women's Year. And in 1977, 8th March was declared as International Women's Day by a resolution passed in General Assembly of United Nations. Then we have answered the questions in brief. The first one is to describe the Chipko movement. As I explained you all, now this Chipko movement showed again a constructive, useful women power. And it was seen during Chipko movement in 1973. What happened in Chipko movement? Trees from the forest in the hills of the Himalayas were to be cut down for commercial purposes. So Chandi Prasad Bhatt and Sundarlal Bahugana, they started a movement to prevent this. Now, what did women do? They followed the strategy of holding hands and encircling each tree. So this method consisted of protecting the tree by embracing it. The movement came to be known as Chipko movement. And many women, they took part in it in large numbers and they had a big role to play in the agricultural economy of the region. Gaura Devi was the activist who created the awareness among women with the help of Sudesha Devi and Bachani Devi. Then we have write a note on the manifestation of women. So manifestation of women wherein the women power was shown. So here we have that Latni Mocha part wherein women had to face the brunt of scarcity of supplies and rising prices and gave a show of their strength as an organized entity in 1972. So under the leadership of socialist leader Mrinal Gore, women in Mumbai, they participated in a demonstration and it came to be known as Latne Morcha, the rolling pin demonstration. Commodities like oil, ghee, rava, maida, it would become scarce just as the Diwali was near at hand. Kerosene would become very expensive. Now women they came together brandishing their rolling pins and they took part in the demonstration. This movement it met with success and the public they got a glimpse of united power of women. Then there is one passage here. Read the passage and you need to answer the questions once you read the passage. So the first question is to prepare a timeline of the highlights mentioned in the passage. So the highlights of the timeline are mentioned in the passage. The first one is 1975, wherein the UN declared International Women's Day Committee on the Status of Women was appointed. 1975, Stree Mukti Sangharsha Samiti was organized. 1978, Stree Mukti Sangharsha Samiti published a manifesto. 1977, Stree Mukti Andolan Samiti was established by Saudhamani Rao. Then we have this state the issues on which a survey was conducted by a committee on the status of women. Now, the Committee on the Status of Women, appointed under the chairmanship of Dr. Fulreno Bhuma, it made a comprehensive survey over several issues. First was social position of women and their status, consequences of the constitutional provisions which were made for women, education of women and its percentage, their progress due to education, difficulties faced by the working women with respect to work, livelihood, and wages, then female male ratio, birth and mortality rate means the birth rate and death rate, and the role of women. Then there's a match the column wherein the Nari Prabodhan Manch, where was it started? In Latur. Mahila Dakshata Samiti started in Kolhapur. Mahila Hakka started in Nasik. Stree Anyay Virodhi Manch started in Aurangabad. Then there's a question wherein you have to name any two women who managed to break the norms of Indian society and they came as icon of women power. It's an open-ended question. So the women mentioned here is Tessie Thomas. She's the missile woman of India. She's the first women scientist to head a missile project in our country, India. Then next is Surekha Shankar Yadav. She was the first female train driver in Indian Railways. Now, next question is to answer in detail. Again, you have to answer in detail again in points. The first one here is to explain with example how the united strength of women can bring about constructive changes in various fields. Now, women who have to face the brunt of scarcity of supplies and rising prices, they gave a show of their strength as an organized entity in 1972. Under the leadership of socialist leader Mrinal Gore, women in Mumbai they participated in the demonstration and it came to be known as Latne Morcha, the rolling pin demonstration. And the commodities like oil, ghee, rava, maida, it would become scarce, as I told you, insufficient, just as the Diwali was near at hand, and the kerosene had become very expensive, costly. So women they came together brandishing their rolling pins and they took part in the demonstration. So this movement it met with a success and the public they got to a glimpse of united power of women. So you all will mention of united strength of Latne Morcha as well as Chipko movement. Here another show of constructive women power was seen during the Chipko movement in 1973. Gaura Devi, who was the activist, created awareness among the women with the help of Sudesha Devi and Bachani Devi. Then the anti-liquor movement, wherein in 1992 the three youths of Dubuganta village of Nerul district in Andhra Pradesh drowned in a lake in a state of inebriation and died. So in this instance, the women of the village they came together and they forced the closure of Arak shops. And this movement spread to the entire state, and the government had to adopt a strict policy against the sale of alcohol. Another constructive power of women could be seen in 4th September 1987. Rup Kanwar, a married woman, she committed sati. Means she threw herself to the funeral of her husband. So she did not do this with her own free will. She was forced into doing so. So this committing sati, glorifying the practice of sati, was wherein all illegal. So the women activists and journalists like Meena Menon, Geeta Sheshu, Sujata Anandan, Anu Joseph, and Kalpana Sharma, they investigated the case. And in 1998, the government passed the Sati Prevention Act with a very stringent provisions. We have to explain in detail the anti-liquor movement. So in anti-liquor movement, we will mention in points. In 1992, in Andhra Pradesh, a movement was started against the drinking of alcohol, and it received a good response in other states. When a head of household used to die an untimely death to addiction of alcohol, the family faced a serious crisis which affects the women the most. Due to alcoholism, they had to deal with extreme sorrow and poverty. And this movement it got the support of anti-Arak movement in Andhra Pradesh. As a result, the government policy Arak a locally produced alcohol. Now dealers they had set up their shops in every town and village. The poor laboring people they got addicted to alcohol, and at the same time a literacy program was being run in villages of the states. The Sitama Katha, that is Sita's story, was narrated as a part of this program. And it was a story about Sita who created awareness among the people of village and get alcohol to be banned from the village. So in 1992, three youths of Dubganta village of Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh drowned in a lake in a state of inebriation and died. At this instance, the women of the village they came together and they forced the closure of Arak shops. And the report of this news in local newspaper had its effects on many villages. And the movement spread to the entire state, and the government had to adopt a strict policy against the sale of alcohol. So, students, today we have revised half a part of the chapter. Okay, till the International Women's Year part, we have completed the whole. Tomorrow we will continue with the revision of rest part of the chapter and the evaluation as well.